Okay, folks, we're going to try this again. If anyone else can tell me why the computer keeps shutting off when I use this app, it's Streamlabs. Maybe someone from Streamlabs can help me out. I bet I can zoom in a little bit on this picture. Whoops, things falling. Oh, that's a little closer. Anyway, where was I? Arts. I gave up on art, yeah. And then I just expected too much of myself. I wanted everything to look like what was in my head, and when I would try to do something, it would turn out bad. And I just gave up. I kept giving up. A really light green. I just gave up too quickly, and I like that one better. So fast forward to the age I am now, and I decided I'm not going to give up on drawing again and painting and creating. Even though my right hand shakes sometimes, and you know I'm new at color pencil. I'm just going to do it anyway. And it's really therapeutic. And I really always have been creative and like to create. I've been making quilts and other sewed items for over 20 years now. And so I was creative that way. Well, these are little bitty things. And I said, I'm going to just start drawing again, painting. And I haven't done any painting. I've done some drawings, some graphite drawings. And I made a beach scene for my aunt, one of my aunts, for Christmas, and she loves it. And I follow another artist on YouTube, and he really has freed me from freed me to draw, and it's like an amazing approach that I'm sitting there and I'm following and I'm doing matching kind of what he's doing on the screen, and suddenly this picture emerges that it was just amazing. And I thought, wow, that doesn't look half bad. Maybe I can draw again. So I've watched many of his live streams and recordings. But along the way of getting back into drawing, I found coloring. And just went kind of nuts, at least for me, getting different kinds of pencils and different kinds of coloring books. I mean, you gotta find out what you like. So I try to get a variety. And I'm gonna color this leaf over here. You gotta get a variety to see what you like. So that's kind of what I did. I follow a bunch of different colorists and artists. And just have a great time. And I thought it might be fun to start a channel. I'm not sure there's a coloring channel in my age group. Well, maybe there is. I think there's at least one. No, I take that back. There really is several. I'm just thinking like, wait a minute, wait. Oh, that's right. I follow different age groups of colorists and artists. What I'm doing with this leaf, oh, I don't have a little thingy on it. Not sure why. Oh, that's because I picked a different one. I'm just starting lightly here, and I'm going in the spaces where 2 points come together. Some people call it arrows. And that's kind of where you put your darks. But I'm starting out light so I can build up color. When I was doing art in college, I liked landscapes the best, and so that's pretty much what all my paintings are, and drawings for that matter. I think I drew one portrait, and I don't even know what happened to it. I'm really tired right now, but I needed to color, and I thought, why don't I test my internet. If it goes out again, it goes out again. We'll figure it out. I may have to change apps, programs, whatever you call them now. One reason I chose to take this picture out of the book is that I don't have to fight the book to move it around. I can just move this picture around. And there's on this side, it's the camera arm thing. It's holding it in books, so I can prop it up. Okay. Trying to think of the sun shining. What would it hit? It would really hit this middle part that I've been working on. Let me darken that up. Alright, let's see, we can take a little bit darker of a green. Really get those points. Can you see that okay? Put a little bit here. And I think I might put a little cream in there. Kind of blend those a little bit. I'll probably darken it up later. So, that's one leaf. I'm probably going to pop around the page, but I thought I'd start with the leaves. You got to start somewhere, and that's really it with coloring. Just get you some colors, whatever, some colored pencils, whatever you can afford. You know, you don't need the whole 150 set of prisms right away, although it's really nice to have. I'm a little I'm a lot OCD, and I wanted the whole set, so I got it. Well, it was a Christmas present, so that helped. Maybe get some books that have like collage, not a collage, what's the word I'm looking for? Just has a variety in it. I'm not terribly fond of the thinner pages of some coloring books, but you know, some of them have some great pictures. And and it's a shame that they're on such thin paper, but then if you're just using colored pencils, you're not going to use watercolor or acrylic or whatever, then, you know, why not? It's a good way to start. Don't go too crazy. And the other pitfall is thinking you need the latest and greatest of everything. And I've fallen in that a little bit, and kind of had to back up and say, wait a minute, what is my goal here? I just want to color. I just want to enjoy creating and coloring and relaxing and de-stressing. And I thought, well, I've got enough coloring books at the moment, maybe. Well, it calmed me down to think about what my goal was. My goal wasn't to collect every pencil and every coloring book that I liked or wanted. You know, if I see a good deal, you know, who knows? I probably will darken up that leaf later on, but right now, that's what it's going to be. So I did a little bit of leaves, and I did a little bit of nobody's on. At least I don't think they are. I'd have to go to the Facebook. Not Facebook. I'd have to go to YouTube to see. That's all right. We'll figure it out. I guess my hand decided it wanted to do a little more leaves. At least one more. When I saw these books with the little bits and pictures in it, I thought, oh, these are beautiful. I want that. I want that. It's so wonderful. And of course, it is wonderful. But then I get them in. There's one that's more detailed than this, and I think, what was I thinking? But that's okay. So I've done a little bit of leaves. It may not be very interesting to you, but I feel like working on these. Oh, I wonder if I should I maybe turn this into a silver antlers? I don't know. I've got this thing about deers being silvers for some reason. I think it's from a Ukrainian or Russian folktale or something I heard about recently on another channel, and I thought, well, that's kind of cool. But I think I'll just go ahead and do this one. Let's see. Well, why don't we just start right here? Start in his head. Now, some of this is, it's, I wonder if I should start with a lighter one. Let's start with a lighter brown. Oh, I'm sorry. I did not tell you what I was using before. This is Prussian green, apple green, and a cream color. I may go back and put in a little brown in the leaves, and darken them up too. But it's just the first layer. If the sun was hitting his antlers, maybe there might be a little bit of light there. And we'll just go around that. And there's flowers right there, so the light might not get to that. There. The light might get there. Just kind of thinking out where light might get, and this bit of antler here, probably the light's going to hit it straight on. I might need to rethink the leaves, but there's just so much going on in this picture. I mean, the leaves may be far behind and may not get the sun. I don't know. that's where my OCD gets to be difficult, and I'm thinking too much. I don't know how many times in my adult life, not so much when I was growing up, but I've heard the phrase, "You think too much. You think too hard." Well, yeah, don't you? The paper in this book, uh, Mythographic Animals, I like this paper. Prismacolor seems to work very well on it. It's not too smooth. There's some tooth there, and it just feels like it's grabbing the color. So I like it very much. Sometime in another live stream, I'll show some of my paintings and drawings if you'd like. Have any of you gone to Painting with a Twist or some kind of painting class where you just go and they give you all the materials you need, the canvas, the paint, the brushes, the instruction, and for like $35, it used to be $25, but everything's gone up, you know, and you get to meet other people and who are, you know, in there painting too. It's a nice stress reliever. Usually those have times where you can rent, where you can have a party there, or they do fundraisers also. I really like working on this antler. So painting with a twist is fun. If you go a couple of times and you found out I really like to paint, you know, then you can always go get yourself some paints and some instruction book, and there of course is all kinds of instruction on YouTube. And get into it that way instead of buying a bunch of stuff and then deciding you don't really like painting and you'd rather do something else. So I think it's well worth it from all the things you get to do and get to test out whether you like to paint or not. This side of the antler is, I know I'm choking up too much on my pencil. I should be doing this. That way you can see what I'm doing. I'm just making this part darker right now. One thing you got to be mindful of when your picture starts to get more color, your hand's going to be right in there. Now some people can color holding their hand way up, but I am not one of those. So you can put in a piece of tracing paper or wax paper, and I'm finding that accidentally marked a spot. Some paper erases easier than others. Anyway, I don't know what I was saying. It's late, I'm tired. These antlers are all intertwined with each other, and you just have to envision where the light might be hitting. And you've got all these leaves. Leaves and flowers running in here. Some pictures they're called grayscale, and they kind of help you learn where to put your shadows and leave your light bits. Oh, I don't know what I was talking about. So you've got to put something between your hand and the paper so that your hand doesn't keep rubbing and getting color. If you're using graphite or chalk, you've got to have it because it's going to come off. And so many times when I was drawing in college, this would be like dark with graphite dust, just a lot. So not just that, but also it smudges on the paper, and I've done that a lot of too many times. So I'm just passing that info on to you. That is what I was talking about. Sorry, I keep going back to holding it tightly. My hand shakes, and so I can't always hold the pencil way up here. But I'll do the best I can. Sometimes it's just a matter of where I angle. The way I angle the paper. So as this antler's turning forward, you're going to get the shadow on this side a little bit. Depending on where the light's coming from. I'm trying not to get too overly anxious about lighting, especially on this first layer. If y'all have any ideas for the background, let me know. I'd really love to get some ideas. Ooh, do you hear that wind out there? Um, Being that it's kind of a springy, I could just do a very light layer of some of the colors that are in the background, I mean in the foreground, as if all of this, these leaves and flowers were continuing over on that side, but just kind of blurred. What do y'all think? My friend just texted me. There are times in my life, and probably everybody goes through this, where you meet someone, meet maybe several friends, and you just know that you're going to be lifelong friends. Boy, these antlers go way down in there. I'm not sure where that one ends. And the friend that's just texted me, I think we'll be lifelong friends. And then you get this phenomenon of you meet someone in a store and you get on with them pretty well for the short time that you're at the store, and you think in the back of your mind, I think we would be good friends. But then you never exchange numbers or emails or anything, and you think, well, I wonder what happened to that person. And I wonder, I mean, that happened to me. Literally happened to me, oh, probably a month ago. I'm in an art store or a craft store, and I commented about something this lady's friend had, and we started talking just a little bit, and we both had this look in our eyes that I know I wasn't going to push it or anything, but I thought we had this look in our eyes like, should I exchange emails with her or Facebooks or something? Because I think we could be really good friends. But there was this really interesting pause, and we didn't say anything else except Merry Christmas, and I don't know. Maybe we'll meet again because our towns are very close. Sorry about that. Boy, I don't know how I got off into that weird subject. So pretty much got all of this is going to be all dark here because the light's really not going to get through that bit. So I've left a couple of spots where the light might get. How long have I been on here? It hasn't, wow, it hasn't locked up on me. That's great. Now we're going to carefully place some dark spots. There's not a lot of corners in this. It's just a matter of, you know, gradation to make it look more round. And, you know, around these leaves and other things, it might be, there might be some shadow there. Although this is, you know, this is so small, this very detailed, that you almost have to just not worry about it. I mean, what do you want your focus to be? But I'm going to darken some of these areas so that these antlers will kind of pop out here. I love doing gradations. I know that's a thing that a lot of people teach, and it's a good technique to know how to do. But I really love it because I've used, you know, maybe 2 or 3 colors on a spot, or whatever I was coloring at the time, and I just added one little dot of black, you know, just on the edge, and or a dot of the darkest color, and it made that thing pop. I think I'm going to do a little bit of cream here on the edge of the white. And the dark, here it is. Kind of give it more interest. Blend those two together. And I also, when I'm blending, sometimes I blend so much that it loses the dark. Or, yeah, it loses the dark color, and I have to go kind of put it back in. And when I do that, it really helps it to come out. If anybody's chatting in my channel right now, I cannot tell. Oh, I just drew over something. Probably not a big deal. It's really easy to do when the pictures are so small. But I gotta try. I gotta see if I can erase it. And it looks like I did. I love being able to move my paper around. It helps with the, I've got that weird shaking thing in my hand, so moving the paper around really does help with management of that. I might be a little too dark on that. It's okay, we can fix that up. Something else I find myself doing is focusing too much on getting something done rather than the process of creating. I mean, what's the whole point of coloring is for relaxation, and if you muddle it all up with worrying about what pencil you're using or whatever it is, you know, not that those things are bad, it's just that people like me that have OCD can kind of get caught up in it all and not stop and enjoy the process. I'm just blending out the hard edges of this dark that I've put down. Oh, I didn't do that yet. Doesn't take much. Trying to think where the light would be in that. One of my favorite colors is brown. I really like all colors. But brown is one of my favorites. So you can imagine I love going to state parks where there's lots and lots of trees. And I like chocolate. Well, who doesn't like chocolate? Well, there's people that don't like chocolate. Now I'm with chocolate. Sorry, keep getting my hand in the way of the camera. Now, what are we going to do with that pie, y'all? See the pie right there? and the orange. I don't want those in there. The bird cage maybe because the door is open, but not the... What is that? The horseshoe magnet. Now this I could easily cover up, turn into something else, or just blacken it. But some of these I'm not sure how to do that. Wow, I did pretty much the whole antlers. Let's do a flower. Let's see. This one is jumping out at me. So the sun's going to kind of be hitting these 3 petals right here the most. So we'll make sure we lighten those. And just darkening the ends, as they'll be kind of curled. I want these ones to be darker, so I'm not, I guess I can color around them. Ooh. This is so tiny. Oh, and I just marked up in there. Oh, it's okay because it's going to be dark anyway. You've really got to have a nice sharp pencil on that. But I really like these pictures. My husband must have fixed the computer because it's not going out. Knock on wood. Alright, so this one, the dark could be down here a little bit. Here. I think I need to sharpen this a little more. I take the little thing off before I sharpen it. I'm sure no one was thinking that I would leave it on. I'm not sure what I'm doing with this flower. We're just seeing what happens. Just coloring in the dark spots again. The dark spots. The spots where things come together. The lines come together. Then I take my dark pencil and I'm going to darken these. Not completely, because I want there to be a little bit of light on those. I may have to abandon that. This one I think would be completely. This one too. But these four. Alright, let's darken up. Darken up these edges. I'm such a timid colorist. No, I'm not going to call my channel the Timid Colorist. What am I going to call my channel? Well, I thought about Ladyhawk Art, or let's use white to blend that out. Ladyhawk's Craft Room, because I do more than just color. Also sew, you know, quilts and bags and things. So if y'all have an idea, I want it to have Ladyhawk in it, whatever it is. I suppose I should have told you that story. No, I'm not going to tell. I think I got that part. I don't like that. Boy, this is so small that if you mess up, you won't be able to see it anyway. Forgot something. You say, how do you see to do that? Bifocals. Bifocals. Hmm. What if I have a lighter blue? Cloud blue. Cloud blue. Might be. Might be just the thing. Or not. Well, it's not doing what I want it to do, but that's okay. Sometimes things just don't, but that's okay. I do like the cloud blue softening up the blue, softening the flower. Yeah. I'm taking white. Bringing back some of the spots. We'll have to think about that one. How long have I been filming? Doesn't say. I can't see it. Ah, an hour. Okay. Well, that's good for tonight. So, I will keep working on this. Next time we'll do some more